Hey YouTube, what's happening? Chris here. I want to bring you all a quick update on Litecoin. Right now we're at $91.15, guys. We're down 0.59, and what we're doing now, we're basically in one of these little equilibrium patterns. Things are getting really tight, so I'm expecting a break fairly soon. And what we're going to do, we're going to start on this 4-hour. We're going to work back to the 1-day chart, guys. We're going to dig into this. So yesterday I didn't get to do a Litecoin update video. Basically what I did, I just put out an article reading about Litecoin and some of the wonderful things that are taking place for it. So if you guys haven't checked that out, go look at my video yesterday about Litecoin. You'll really like it. And also, guys, if you want some type of tutorials or things to learn from, I have about 35 videos or so in my playlist there, so really check those out. We have Japanese candlesticks, have all different types of chart patterns from the Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns, talks about trend line, all different types of things. So really go in there, check it out, guys. I appreciate you being here with me today. If you enjoy these videos, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll dig into this. So guys, what we're looking at here, the power of trend lines. As you can see, this yellow trend line, we've been obeying it. And what we've been having here are higher lows off this trend line, right? Guys, we're having higher lows and we're having lower highs here. And that's where we're getting into this little equilibrium pattern here. So now what we're looking at to see is, are we going to have a break to the upside, or are we going to have a break to the downside? So far, we've been defending this trend line here, and that's a good thing, guys. So I'm more anticipating a break to the upside and to see if we can come and test this 95.95, which is going to be a tough resistance, guys. Remember this on the 4-hour chart here. And the reason this is going to be tough resistance, here's a spot here we wicked up through, guys, and we could not get over top of it. We hit it here, we hit it here, and we wicked up to it here. Okay, and this is just showing in close, guys. Obviously, I could zoom out, and there's a lot more chart over here. But I'm just saying this is a key area on the 4-hour chart. It's almost looking like an ascending triangle in a way. You're having those lower highs right here, and then you're kind of having that flat top there, and we're going to see if we break out of that. If we do break out of it and we get up above that 95.95, I would then look up here to around $100 to see if we can get over top of that. And then it would be up here around that 104. So those are my targets, guys. 95. Then we're going to have 100 and then 104. And I also have an alarm set here at 98.39 is what I'm going to be looking at. I want to be alerted to see if we're going to run up into this area and challenge that high there of around 104. And guys, I like to go off the real bodies. So basically what I wanted to inform you of here, so I do a lot of studying in the Japanese candlestick charting book, and what it talks a lot about is that the Japanese traders, they put a huge emphasis on the body. So the actual close of the candle, the open and the close of the candle. Wicks are very important as well, guys. Do not get that wrong, because that's going to show you profit taking up top here. And when we're getting overextended or down here, guys, you can see all these wicks where the bulls were defending here, and then we got pushed up. So wicks are very important. But what I'm telling you in terms of their support and resistance, they're very keen on putting them on the real bodies, and I agree with that as opposed to going off the wicks. So that's why you're going to see these trend lines. They're going to be going as close as I can get to the real body there, guys. There, we'll move that just a hair there, but that's what we're going to be looking for. Okay, another thing that I'm looking at here, guys, why we may have a potential move to the upside there is due to the stock RSI on the 4-hour. We're at 15 and 21, so we're in that oversold conditions, and what it's looking like is we're wanting to get across here. So if we can get a bullish cross on this stock RSI, as it's correlating off this trend line, that's a good sign. That should show us that we have more room to run. So what I'm factoring in here is, okay, guys, we're on this trend line right there. In our stock RSI, we're basically already oversold. So if we were to dump again, we'd look down here for support around that $84 to $85, what I would be looking at as support, where we had all these wicks here, guys. And that's if we go to the downside, but there's not a ton more room to really go to the downside. Can we get very overextended, peg out at 0.0? Yes. It has happened, guys. It's cryptocurrency. We can get very overextended. But what I'm showing you is that I'm looking for this cross at the same time as us defending this trend line. That's going to be a bullish thing. All right. So now to the downside, I'm going to be alerted at 88.76. And then I'm going to be looking down here at that 84.62, guys. That's what I'm going to be looking at there on the 4-hour chart. But as you can see, we're coming up to some tough resistance up here. There's some different things, but for quite a while now, guys, we've just been moving sideways. And whenever you move sideways, you're starting to anticipate and you're getting ready for that break to the upside or the downside. And actually, guys, I'm probably going to move my alarm down here since I'm going to be away from my computer. I want to see about right there. So we're going to set my alarm. Let me press that, guys. 1 second. Want to save that. Okay, so my new alarm is going to be at 94.06 and then to the downside at 88.76. I want to be alerted if anything goes past that to the upside or to the downside, guys. So keep that in mind. Pay very close attention to this trend line. We're going to see what happens. Next, I want to go out to the 1 day. So we're going to take a little bit more of a look at this and really step back. All right, guys, so on the 1 day, it's looking like our stock is wanting to get a bullish cross there to the upside. We're at 38 and 36, so plenty of room to run there. I'm going to get this trend line off because I drew that on the 4 hour, guys, just to get that out of our way so we can really look at the candles here. You know I love candles. Okay, so, guys, what we're having here, we had a bullish engulfing candle. We came up, so here was our high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and now, guys, we're going to have to see if we can come up and set a higher high, or if we're just going to keep getting in this little equilibrium pattern until we break. But this candle that we're putting in right now, it's looking like almost a doji candle, and what that's doing is showing indecision here, guys. We're having that back and forth indecision, and what it looks like after we had this fall and we had this bullish engulfing candle, that was just one candle where we pushed up, and then what you can see here, guys, this is basically like a hanging man candle. And the reason why I would say that is because it's coming off this uptrend. And this is only on the 1 day, guys. So that's why typically you'd want more data. But a hanging man candle, what you're going to have here, you're going to have this head right there. And then these are the legs that are hanging down. Okay, and that's always after an uptrend is when you want to see that. So basically almost looks like a hammer candle on the top of the trend, as opposed to at the bottom, guys. But this one here, typically you want this lower shadow to be about 2 to 3 times as long as the body, and that's not the case here. They're pretty similar. The tail's a little bit longer, or the wick here is a little bit longer, but this definitely would qualify. And now what you're seeing today is that indecision, that fighting back and forth with this doji candle, where the bulls have tried to push up to around 93.55, the bears have pushed down to 89.59, and we're just having that fight. So the close today is going to be very important, because take a look at the close, guys. This here, if we close where we're at today, we would close lower than we were yesterday, and that may show that we could come down to this area, that 86.44, to see if we do get a bounce where we had that bullish engulfing candle. Now, if we close back up here, guys, and we close into this candle and we get a higher close than yesterday, that may show that we could be moving up here to challenge that 95.95 that we have marked out. But we are getting that stochastic cross right now, so we're going to have to see. Remember, guys, it can kiss for a while here, then it can open back up and go down, or we can get that move to the upside. Volume has been tailing off here. All right, so let's keep our eye on that. Next thing I want to look at, we're going to go through a few different oscillators here, guys, because we're looking a little bit more in close right now. We're not really stepping back on the 1 week. I just want to work in close here because we're working this tight range. Next thing, I want to go to the MACD and see what that's looking like on the 1 day. All right, guys, on the 1 day now, the MACD, the histogram's been ticking to the negative there, and it's almost looking like we potentially could have a bearish cross. Now, what I want you to remember and consider, though, guys, we could come down all the way to the signal line, and then you can bounce back up. That's always a possibility. So what you want to do, if you're waiting here, you want to wait for a full bearish cross for us to actually cross down through. And let me see if I can find you a good example here. I always want to give good examples. So do you see this pure cross that we had? So, guys, it started to hook right there, and then there's your cross right there. And like I said, even if you get out on that cross, look how much you saved yourself. So we'll say at the bottom of this candle, you got out at $75. It ended up going all the way down to $65. That's $10 a coin that you saved yourself if you got out on that cross. Now, if you bought when we crossed here, guys, that you would have bought right here around $75, and you could have rode that all the way up to $108. That's the power of looking at these confluence, guys. You want to look for confluence. So say a bullish engulfing candle with a MACD cross, that's going to be great. Or a hammer candle with a MACD cross, you want to look for that confluence. I can't emphasize that enough, because you're going to get so many mixed signals from the oscillators, just so you know. Next one, we're going to go to the RSI, the Relative Strength Index. And with our Relative Strength Index, guys, right here we're at 57, so we're right in that neutral territory, and that's where it shows us, guys, we really could break to the upside or the downside. Right now it's just being patient and protecting yourself. Like I said, that's why we have it at 94, our alarm, and then we have an alarm at 88.76. Okay, so keep that in mind. Then let's also see here, guys, if the Bollinger Bands are starting to tighten up on us, and they typically will when you start moving sideways. All right, so they really haven't contracted too much yet. You could see how they started to get tighter right in this area, guys. Before we had that breakout, we got outside of the bands, and what happened, guys? We had that sell-off pretty close back to that middle band. So we're also going to have to look at that middle band for support, which is going to be around 83.92, and that would correlate with this green buy area that we'd have right here, or support area that we would be looking for to see if we do find support off that. So we got to look at that. Not too overextended either way on the Bollinger Bands, guys. Nothing too crazy going on there. And then I just want to look at our moving averages with you. Let me get that off. Okay, so guys, on the one-day chart, we're up above our 20 EMA. We look for support around that at 85.97 if we were to go to the downside. Then we have support at our 50 moving average at 81.27. Then I look down to the 100, and then ultimately the 200 is what I would be looking at, guys. So right now, everything's still going good. It's just being patient. The break will come. I promise you, the break's going to come. I can't tell you if it's going to be to the upside or the downside. Getting a lot of mixed signals, different things right now, kind of in that neutral territory. But it's looking like these higher highs and higher lows do want to continue because we look at these trends. So this was a minor short-term downtrend. Lower highs, lower lows. Here we're having higher highs, higher lows, and we're going to have to see if that continues. And if that does continue, guys, and we get a higher high, where I would look, let me show you here. So first, obviously, we'd have to get up above, guys, that 104. But if we are able to get up there, I would look at around 110 as resistance, because that's going to correlate right here and here. And then I would look up to around that $124 to $125. But guys, you can see, look at this massive downtrend. Do you see how hard this went to the downside? It can go just as hard to the upside, and that's what we're seeing right now. But remember, all along this way, do you see these reaction, guys? You'd have a fall, a reaction, a fall, a reaction. It's the same thing here. Do you see how we're climbing? Then we have a fall or a retracement. Then we're climbing. We have a retracement. So this is all very healthy. Look here, guys. We pumped up. We had a retracement back onto this trend line. So as long as we stay up above this yellow trend line, we're good, guys. We are still in an intermediate term bullish uptrend. And then the other trend line I'm paying attention to is this white trend line where we went parabolic off this yellow trend line. You can see the 200-day moving average even starting to curl up a little bit on that trend line, guys. So that's what we're going to be looking at. Guys, just wanted to bring you a quick one here. I got to run, got to get back to my other business. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you like these Litecoin updates, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I appreciate you being here with me, freestyling a little bit. It was awesome to be here with you guys. I'll try to get one more video out today. Not sure what coin, maybe Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash. We'll cover something, but I'm going to try to get it out when I get back home. God bless each and every one of you.